Tuesday video, and it's Tuesday the 5th of November. So the voice is a little bit awry, as it were, but clearer, I hope. Anyway, we've got the same pattern basically. We have the spike low, the four-way buy signal I've discussed before, 5 waves up, which is one of the four, followed by this nice clear ABC decline with a flat correction, a bit of a spike there. We then saw a 3-part advance, which not terribly helpful. Maybe that's a B of some sort, but maybe it's an A, B, C. That's to there. So this could be another leg down, and 8.2 would still be a reasonable level to aim for, or 8.5, which is a 61.8% level. We had seeing some buying today, but it's not really achieving a huge amount. This is a 30-minute chart. Let's look at the shorter term just to see what that brings us. This is a 5-minute chart. Actually, the rally here can be counted as a 5. It's a bit contrived, but 1, 2, 3, 4, then a long 5th wave possible. In which case, that's probably a B to there, and maybe a final C, and then another sell-off here. So the action we've seen today, let's again expand this chart, is very short term. It's a 5-minute chart. We've got a 1, 2, there's a 5 there, which could be a 4. So this turns out to be a correction, so maybe an ABC. Then we get one more leg up. That would give us a buy signal, and with the expectation of a pullback, an ABC pullback perhaps, to give a better entry point with a stop around 9,169. So that's what I'm perhaps looking for today. But not a huge amount happening really. It'd be good to see this situation resolved. I mean, Bitcoin does seem to go through these sudden spurts and then a long period of waiting. That wasn't the case in 2017, but so far, although of course we've only seen the low very recently, so it may take a bit of time for the numbers to add up, i.e. the people to get on board again. Same goes for Ethereum. This is the low we saw. Looks like beginning of wave 3 up, which takes us to the all-time high, etc. So we've got pretty clear 5 waves here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Possible triangle A, B, that's C to there, with a couple of touches. 4. So one more sell-off might just take us down to that triangle again, which could perhaps be the low of the correction, but we need to see some kind of reaction. We want to go in there. But there is, well, there are some slithers of expectations, as it were, that we could start to move ahead quite soon now. Stellar Lumens had a bit of a rough time with it really, but this is the low around here. That could be a 1, possible 2 perhaps. It's up 20% today at the moment. It was up a bit more than about 30% or so. They burnt, I think it's 55 million coin. They've been destroyed basically, so the supply has been cut back quite a lot. I don't know what the percentages, but it's possible to check that via coin market cap. So again, we've got stories of life. My view is that the altcoins will start to outperform Bitcoin. Bitcoin's been leading the way at the moment, but I think that the leadership will change once the next leg up begins. Sorry, it's already begun, I think, but once it gets under. Well, I discussed gold in detail the other day. This 20 level is pretty key. Get above 20, then there's a chance that this is going to be a new uptrend. But the chart at the moment is more indicative of another sell-off, I think. I say I prefer not to see that, but the chart, it'll be what it'll be. At the moment, I would think. Anyway, we just need to see some more action, really. But a break above 15.20 and acceptance above 15.20 would be a positive. Ditto silver. We need to see some signs of life, really. This is an A wave. Sorry, this is a complete correction. It's a bit subnormal in terms of time, really, for that. But if it is a complete correction, then we need to see some confirmation. At the moment, it's just like a B wave, really. So A, B, and C is the most likely outcome, I would say. Well, FTSE is crawling higher at the moment. Obviously, there's resistance around 7,440. We've got the election now, so there is uncertainty with the Brexit party coming into play, as it were, which is a bit of an unknown quantity. I guess the election should give us some kind of clarity, but even that's not really guaranteed. We have a hung parliament, so I would have thought that FTSE will probably remain fairly subdued into the year end at the moment. All right, following on from the long-term analysis of the DAX in the weekend report. Sorry, was it the Yes, it was. Yes. That would be huge 3 as per my analysis. I am a massive great third wave. This could be huge 4, a bit short in terms of time, just a year, but a reasonable retracement, about 30% I think off the top, thereabouts, 3,000 points. Followed by a 1, and then ABC2, and this would be a third wave, 1, 2, and a third wave coming in, as a final 5th wave before the very large scale decline I'm looking for. So we could have another year or so if that's the case, and this can continue to build a head of steam, then that may well be the case. If we're going to see continued upside, fueled by extravagant government policies, which will eventually wreck the fiat currencies, I suspect, add to our debt issues, and lead to a somewhat unknown world that we're facing, I think. But anyway, it's looking positive at the moment. Again, following off the analysis of the weekend, the wave pattern on the Dow, there is this possible expanding triangle, so we've got possible A, B, C, D, but the E wave became rather truncated, obviously, earlier in the year, and we're now going higher again, so it looks like we might well break out here, in which case I would revise that count into an ABC, so same as DAX, that would be a wave 4, huge 4 if you like. Now this slot here would be the beginnings, another wave up, the expectation of maybe possibly much higher prices again. Somebody was saying that in one of our chat rooms that the DAX may double, and I said, well, perhaps based on the euro halving, because obviously the euro halves, then the medium exchange is halved, so the value remains the same. You double the actual index number. I mean, the problem is that if the euro halves, perhaps too definite a statement. The problem is a lot of people get wiped out. It causes a lot of disruption, and therefore there are many people around who can no longer afford to buy things, and that of course has a huge effect on the demand, and so the market doesn't react quite so simply. It's affected by supply and demand. Demand drops very drastically because of the disruption in the economy, and so the index does too. Anyway, it looks to me like this is the beginning. It didn't go much higher. It made new all-time highs. Let's have a look at the actual wave pattern, since what I labelled here as C4. Okay, so going from this one I called huge 4, there's a possible 5 waves up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5. Then a triangle, which is going to be a wave 2, quite a subnormal wave 2 in fact. And now this breakout, which could build a head of steam. So again, the same kind of pattern as on the DAX, potentially higher prices and some kind of blow off of this entire bull market, which I guess would be not so much of a surprise. Anyway, we'll see how it goes, but that looks like the way the charts are saying at the moment. So that's all for today. If I introduce you all back to the report on Thursday. Have a great day, thanks for listening, and bye for now.